today's episode, I want to go into 5 reasons why I think that you should follow your passion if you're debating whether you want to do something for the rest of your life that is either something you're passionate about or something that is the safe route, whatever that. Obviously, as a photographer, I'm going to talk to you guys a lot more about photography, my experiences, and if you're passionate about photography, do I recommend you guys pursuing it? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that it's easy, that it's something that it just happens overnight, that there's no challenges. Absolutely not. If anything, you work harder when you're working for your passion, because you not only feel like you want to do it, you feel like you know your potential and you know how far you can go with it. So when you know that, you won't stop at anything to get to where you want to be, wherever that may be. And success is relative. Success is whatever the hell success is to you. My idea of success when I started out is I wanted to make enough money where I could do photography and make as much as someone, let's say, that's a teacher or something like that. If I could do photography and make as much as the average person would make doing something that's like the safe job, I felt like that was success. Now, after a lot of years of experience, you guys have heard me say this several times: don't aim for the middle, aim for the top. If you're gonna do something, do it to the best of your abilities and be at the top 10%. That's the goal, So there was a little line in the movie Fight Club, and I know I've mentioned the movie Fight Club a few times. I do love the idea and the message behind it in a lot of ways. And one of the clips was the one I'm gonna play right now.
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need.
The thing with following your passion is I never wanted to do some job that I hated, because I feel like for the rest of my life, anything that I bought, anything that I had to save up for or anything like that, I would almost hold resentment towards those things, because I'm doing something, giving away my time, giving away my life to a job that I hate, to buy things that I may need, but I don't really, have any passion to buy, or things that I want to buy, but every time I look at it, I go, I had to slave away in order to buy it. For example, and I kind of did it on purpose, but I have my S2000 behind me. And there's a whole story with that and the significance behind that little thing. But one of the things, if I could summarize, is I remember when I bought it, it signified to me that I could have nice things and do what I love for a living. I was 24 years old when I bought it. I saved up for it and I paid for it in cash. I didn't finance it. So it just gave me that confidence that I can do what I love for a living and I can buy nice things. So going against that quote from Fight Club, I wasn't doing a job that I hated to buy shit that I didn't need. I was doing a job that I loved, and it allowed me to buy things that I wanted. So there's a difference when you are doing your passion for a living. So one of the reasons why I genuinely believe that you should follow your passion is fulfillment. You're gonna feel a lot more fulfillment when you're doing something that you're passionate about versus something that you're just doing as a job just to kill time or just to pay the bills. See, I always thought about it this way. If I was 19, 18 when I was thinking this way, and I said, if I died when I'm 34, for some reason that arbitrary number just popped up when I was thinking about it. If I die at 34 and I worked some job that I hated my entire life, do you know how disappointed I would be with my life and with myself? I said, I'm never gonna let that happen. So that's why when photography struck and I'm like, okay, this is what I like to do, I said, this is what we're doing. I was in school for business and I said, hell no, that's not gonna give me any fulfillment in my life. I know that if I'm a photographer, I'm gonna feel a lot more fulfilled. And as the years have progressed, it's become more of a fulfillment where I get to be at people's most important days in their lives. You know what I mean? So it becomes extremely fulfilling in that regard. Or unfortunately, when people pass away and you're the one that has the photos of their relatives when they were alive and they were happy and they were healthy, like that, it becomes a very significant field that we're in. Fulfillment. I would say that that's probably, I'm not putting this in any particular order, but it's definitely up there. You feel definitely more fulfilled when you're pursuing your passion. The next one I would say is motivation. And motivation comes and goes. Motivation is not something like that you have all the time. Motivation is like being hungry. You aren't always motivated, you aren't always hungry, but you need it. And if you are doing something that you're really passionate about and that you really enjoy, you're gonna get through the bad moments. If you're doing something that you're passionate about and you really enjoy, you're gonna find the motivation to do things, even when maybe you don't have that energy, you don't have that burning desire. Personally, every single day, for me, it's like I'm running a sprint. From the time I wake up until the time I go to bed, I have to be doing something, whether it's filming videos, editing, responding to clients. I can't sit and just watch TV in the middle of the day. And that motivation comes from, I love my life and I want to continue doing what I get to do for a living. When you're pursuing your passion, that motivation will show up, I would hope. And if it doesn't, then maybe you're not as passionate about what you're pursuing as maybe you thought you were. And maybe it's time to find something else. That's okay too. Guys, one thing that I want to say is, just because you decided to do something doesn't mean you're married to it. If you decided, I think this is what I want to do, and then you go, yeah, no, I don't really like that, go do something else. You have time. Unless you're dead, you have time. You can always do something else. There's people that you hear stories all the time in their 30s, 40s, 50s who changed career paths and became extremely successful in the new one. So, if you feel like you're lacking motivation, maybe you're in the wrong field, because we find motivation quite a bit throughout the day to make sure that we're doing what we need to do. And another reason why I believe you should pursue your passion is personal growth. I think that pursuing your passion will make you look at different avenues and see, how can I be better at this? How can I be better at that? Here's a great example. When I started, I was a natural light photographer, just like most people. And in 2008, I started playing with off-camera lighting. And that became a challenge. It made me get out of my comfort zone and have some personal growth and see, okay, how can I shoot differently with this style, because I enjoy it. It's challenging. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. That personal growth is going to happen naturally, because you're always going to be wanting to learn more and find new ways to be creative. That's actually a huge one, I think. The next one is extremely important though. Resilience. Because if you're doing something that you're not passionate about, something that you don't really enjoy, it's easy to give up. It's easy to give up with something that you don't really have a burning desire for. But if I know between me being a failure, putting in all the work, and being successful, I have to get through all this nonsense, I'll get through all this nonsense. It's gonna take some time and it's gonna suck. And there were a lot of times where it sucked. But in the meantime, just get through it. That resilience will be there because you know what the outcome can be. And that's why goals are so important. If you have a goal, you will get through the bullshit to get to your goal. And you will be resilient because you know what you want out of life. And it's a lot easier when you're passionate about something than when you're just going to some job that you're just doing to pay the bills. That just doesn't, to me, that doesn't sound fulfilling. If you have a passion, just have that resilience. It will be there because you know what the outcome will be. Just have that goal. And then the last one that I wrote down was impact. When you are pursuing your passion, when you do something you're passionate about, people can tell that that's what you're passionate about. I know how to tap into people's personalities when I can't really get something out of, let's say, the groom or the bride or, someone. All I have to do is find what they're passionate about and they light up. There's been so many times where the groom, I can't get anything out of him. And then all of a sudden I'll mention something and you could say immediately, he doesn't stop talking for the next 10 minutes. And I go, that's it. That's what he's passionate about. So you guys can see, that's why I post these videos, because I'm passionate about photography. I'm passionate about teaching, and having that passion will impact other people. There's a few people on our team who came because they had that drive, that desire to want to learn. And for me, I thought the least I could do is teach them, how to shoot, how to manage their business, how to respond to clients, how to light this, how to compose a photo. And that impact that I never thought I was gonna have the team that we have. You know what I mean? There's over a dozen people on our team, and the impact that I've left on a lot of people, I'm not patting myself on the back because they did all the hard work. I can give you the tools. It's up to you to pursue it further and be a success in your own right. But I understand that I do have an impact on some people. And I know even some people that leave comments on here, I truly appreciate that, because that's really, to me, is extremely fulfilling. I'm not really getting anything out of YouTube realistically, but the impact that I can leave on people, that makes me feel good. It genuinely makes me feel positive. So that was the 5 reasons why I recommend, if you have a passion, follow it. So if you're passionate about something, fucking go for it. You know what I mean? What other choice do we have? What else are we gonna do? Don't fall into this trap that this is a safe job and this isn't a safe job. There's a quote, I think it was by Jim Carrey. He was making a speech, and I'll leave it down below, where he talked about how his dad wanted to be a comedian, but he didn't want to take a chance. He wanted to take the safe route. And I'm paraphrasing, I hope I don't get it wrong. And then years and years later, he ended up getting fired from that safe job anyway. And that's what motivated him to say, screw that, I'm going to take a chance with what I want to do, because I don't want to go the safe route and then just get kicked to the ground years down the line anyway. You know what you guys think of this video? I personally don't care to do too many review videos. I prefer to do videos like these. They don't get as much traction on YouTube, but whatever. If it makes an impact, like I said on the last portion, on at least one person, that makes me happy. So let me know what you guys think. If you made it to the end, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it, because we're trying to grow the channel as much as possible. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, leave them down below. And I hope you guys are having a great week. Bye now. Say bye, Tinkers. Baby. And in case you guys don't know, right here, this is the reason that TNK Photo is named TNK Photo. Love you, boy.